eradicate my foes, my lyrics explode on contact.
Welcome to UpstateAllstarz Music TV. This is your A&R's favorite A&R, and I am sitting here with a producer, MC, by the name of SMK. SMK, welcome to the show, brother.
What's up?
All right. How you doing, my brother?
I'm chilling, fam.
All right. Again, welcome to the show. I just want to ask you a couple questions in regards to, tell people who SMK is, man. Where you from?
Wow. Well, it go a little deep. SMK, Scratch Machine King when I'm upstate, but down south they know me as SMK, South Memphis King, the music producer. You know, I produced a lot of artists back in '91, so that's really when my start came in, basically in '91. And but I left Rochester and got a lot of build up out here, and I moved down south.
So you started as a DJ or as a producer?
DJ.
Okay.
And I started producing, and I was producing a lot of artists here in Rochester. You know, back in BDP days, all of that, Just Ice and all that. That's what got me into the production.
Okay.
And then at 17, I went on tour, moved down south to Miami, met Luke, and the rest was just history from there. Jazzy Faye, and that's how I wound up in Memphis. Met Jazzy Faye in Memphis. In Florida, and they brought me to Memphis.
Okay. And when you was touring, who was you touring with? Was you touring with
MC Shadi?
Okay.
I did a couple of shows with MC Shan and Luke, Two Live Crew. A lot of Miami groups at that time, because I was staying in West Palm Beach.
Okay.
At that time.
Okay, yeah, I used to like MC Shadi. He had that hit. What was the name of that hit he had?
Cadillac. He had MC Shadi, because I gotta be tough.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. You're DJ Toomp, absolutely, man. I'm a big fan of DJ Toomp as well, man. He did some stuff with T.I., right?
Right, and I'm the reason why he came that way with it. He called me up. He said, "Man, I took your advice." He said, I hit him with that little style that you know. I was like, that's what you got to do. That's what he need. Cause T.I. did an album with Bougie Bonton and all, and the album was nice, but it was hip hop. He was lyrical with it, and I was like, man, this dude, if he came with some South, he'll put himself in a better position. And Toomp did that Cars into 24s, and it was a rap. It was that was that Memphis sound.
Right. So you was there from there. You kind of gifted that sound, huh?
Yeah, because Toomp I met Toomp on tour with MC Shadi. It was DJ Toomp and there was another DJ that he had, Mike Fresh. He had two DJs. So when they seen my setup, I had 4 turntables. So they was looking for 2 DJs. But that's how I get out on 4 turntables. And during that era, like as time went on, up until still like '90s, the mid '90s, Toomp was, he from Atlanta. He not from Florida.
Okay.
And Shadi from Atlanta.
Okay, right.
So when I come back and forth to Atlanta from Memphis doing production, but I was working with Pastor Troy, and that's when we put Atlanta in a new position, because Troy was like one of the major artists out of Atlanta.
Right, absolutely. He's a big artist, pretty legendary out in Atlanta. Absolutely.
And so we did an album, Pastor Troy and the Congregation. And that just sold like 100,000 in 2 weeks.
Wow.
So we did good with that independent. Then he got his deal straight with Universal, because he was already signed to them. It's just that he had to get that buzz back up.
Right.
And so we did that, and everything worked out. And a little bit after that, that's when I met Jeezy.
Okay. So you did some work with Young Jeezy as well.
Matter of fact, yeah, I kind of like brought Jeezy into the game, on to the next level. He already been in it, putting it down, spending money, real independent. And when he say independent, he like 100. You want to put some people in position. And his name was Lil J.
Okay.
And I was like, yo, this ain't the name. We need to change this name up, bro, make it, So I was like, Cheesy Jeezy. He was like, nah, I ain't with the Cheesy Jeezy vibe, but the Jeezy was it.
Right.
And now the world see him as Young Jeezy, and that's how we brought him forth, you know. So he the truth of that you could make it, and you just gotta handle your business right.
Okay. How is your relationship with these artists now? Do you still work with these artists?
I still see them. I still could work with them, but I'm more of a, if you're a nobody, I make you into a somebody.
Okay.
That's my title. That's what I'm. If you check my resume, my history, I touched a lot of people before they got to where they got to, and like not made them who they are. They already had it. It's just that when we connect,
right,
we gon' that energy gonna work, you know.
Right.
And you know, but I never had my own label or nothing, so that kind of was one of my platforms that kept me out of the loop that I really could have been in the industry.
So what actually got you into music? What got you wanting to DJ?
Going to the skate rink. I was 15. And because we moved, I was born in Gary, Indiana.
Okay.
And we moved here when I was 14 after my dad got killed. And Rochester was a little different, you know, coming from Gary and you know, and Chicago. So when we got here, skating was something that we did in Gary. So first they threw a skate party out on Upper Falls, and they had just paved the road. So they was playing some music, so the DJ, that's what made me start saying, we gotta get some music to skate to, some real skating music. So when we go to the skating rink, I got up there with this DJ named DJ Turk and Charles Green. They was DJ, they was a little older than me, but they introduced me into the turntables, and I was like, play this kind of music, play that, you know. So that's really was my start into DJing.
So then from DJing it went into you wanting to do your own, into you wanting to do your own beats and everything.
Yeah, just the whole production end. Because a lot of artists, you know, they was like, I'm a DJ, so I'm not gonna sit here and keep spinning no record over and over and over, you know. So during that era, you know, all the DJs like DJ Wiz, Quan the Bomb, DJ Bobby Lee, DJ G Nice, Green Lantern. The list go on. It's a long list of us, and we kind of like, you know, been pioneered, you know, the whole upstate game coming out of Rochester. So Rochester definitely has some DJs that's branded, you know, the city. So I'm a part of that chain right there. They all know who I am and where I started from. It's just that on the production end, I never really did too much for Rochester artists because I was more of a southern producer.
So it's a bit pretty much the different sound. Is it because of the different sound? You have more of a producer of the southern sound,
right,
as opposed to the true hip hop sound as up here.
And see, the true hip hop sound is like that's in me. I can do that with my eyes closed, but it's not the popular music. So I like to do what make money.
Absolutely.
And not knocking hip hop, but when I'm in Rochester, I find myself making hip hop beats for some of the local artists or whatever. But that's not my main push. I'm trying to bring that sound from the South. I'm the only producer that they ever gonna see up this way that really they gonna get the original sound. Because I help start basically, if you trend the sound, I pattern it from Miami, from New York, and Memphis, and I mixed it all.
Into one,
and so when I came up here to Rochester, I think it was like '93, and DeVante and them was up here, and I had tried out for his little camp.
He said DeVante from Jodeci? Okay. Yeah, they were up here with Missy and Stevie J and all of them was here, Tweet and
so when I came into camp, DeVante, Missy and them, they knew who I was because of this group Endo G and Lil Blunt that I had signed to Loop. And that sound of the beat, the doom, 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 that's my style. I'm the one that came with that. So when I came into the studio, Missy and them heard the album. She was like, I want to sing over them beats that you know that your boys was rapping over. So I'm like, wow, how they know about all of this, you know? But they knew the science. But it was the group Player. They was from Louisville, Kentucky.
I remember them.
So I did a show in Louisville with the song I had out called Gangsta Walk. And so they had a group in Louisville that had a song Gangsta Walk too. So we was like, we're going to both perform our song because this started from Memphis. I don't know what Gangsta Walk they was doing. That's how I met Player and them. And so Player and them liked the beats because when I hit the stage, I come out with beats. I give a whole nother kind of show. And I rap because I like to write. And so I wrote for a lot of artists, and that's where I come in as a writer. Sometimes I rap because artists don't say something that
the beat, It ain't this beat ain't going the way it ain't being rolled the way I think it should
exactly.
be.
So
Right.
I wind up writing songs for people sometimes, just off of that in GP. But when I got down with DeVante and them, he put me in charge as the head producer. When he ain't around, I'm in charge. Not no Timbaland. And see, so Timbaland and Missy, Timbaland couldn't, he knew how to produce. I like his style. Really, I ain't gonna say I like his style because he just was a producer to me. And he could imitate what was in, and he did his thing. He was more R&B producer.
Right.
I wasn't into the R&B like that because once you make your name on a certain signature, I already got my name on this signature, this sound. So he kind of like when I go in the studio, I lay beats down and empty shells. It'll just be the drum beats, and they'll go and play some melodies on top of them. And one day, DeVante didn't handle his business with the studio, so dude kicked him out, and he told Timbaland and them take everything they can because they ain't coming back in there. Right. So they grabbed the reels with the beats. So a lot of beats that some of them that they rapping and singing on, I'm like, them my beats.
Oh, wow. Wow.
This dude, so they praising him that he, came with this do. But I'm like, nah, he ain't telling them the truth, but he, in a way he is, he let them know, Dirty South, can y'all feel me? Right. So people ain't picking up on it, but I ain't the one to diss nobody to get my props. True. I let people find out on their own. So a lot of people, know that I work with him and some of that production, it ain't him behind that.
He got it from somewhere. So, tell me about the Gangster Walk.
That's the Gangster Walk. That's the reason, really, what built me. That put that brand in me, and that's how the SMK changed. And that was like '91. Jazzy Faye took me to this club, and matter of fact, we was in the studio, me and Jazzy Faye and this dude named Kid Money from Splat Pack. Okay. And so when we was in the studio, we was doing hip hop commercials, singing. Jazzy singing on the hooks, and I said, Jazzy, I'm tired of this commercial stuff, bro. So I was in a limo, and in Memphis they got a street called Bill Street.
It's a big street. It's a big street. It's a strip, right?
Right. And black people. So I never seen that many black people really together like that. Just out walking in. So when the limousine driver took me down on Bill Street, so I'm hanging out the roof of the limo. I'm like, wow. So we pull up to this club, but it's 18 and under. When I get in the club, they in that gangster. There's like 800, probably 1,000 kids in there going around. They just look like they fighting, but they was dancing. And I asked him what was they doing. He said, that's the Gangster Walk. I said, the Gangster Walk. I was like, man, look like they fighting to me. So they go in a circle and to the beat of the music, but they was playing Trigger Man. And I was like, man, that old record. Right. But I knew Trigger Man was from being in New York, so I knew that, but they made that record popular. And so I went in the studio and I told Jazzy, I said, man, I ain't doing commercial, I'm finna do this gangster rap. Right. I did the song Gangster Walk. I went back to that club and I performed the song, and the owner was like, do it again. I performed the song 4 times. Wow. And then he got up there and the crowd went crazy. He was like, you heard it the first time? Yup, right here. And I'm talking about, I ain't never got cheered on like that ever in my life. So from that point right there, and when he was asking me, he was like, okay, what's your name? So I couldn't say Scratch Machine King, right? Because I was a DJ, so I was like, damn, what do I do? I ain't even supposed to really been rapping because I wasn't no rapper. I was writing for Kid Money. Right. He was the artist. So I had wind up saying SMK. I just said the initials to Scratch Machine King. Ah,
okay. So that's what the SMK means. Okay, so all right.
And I screamed that. He said, all right, give it up for SMK. And they went crazy. And he said, perform it. He said, one more time. I said, nah, maybe another time, but not. And he said, y'all gonna hear it again. Come right here at this club, 380 Bill Street. I was like, wow. So when I told Jazzy that the word got around to him. And his dad is James Alexander at the Barcades.
Right, at the Barcades, correct.
And see, that's who really brought me to Memphis, his dad, because he was trying to, be my executive producer over my production. Right. And I ain't know nothing about production then, so it's like at that moment when that record came out, it was just on the cassette. And I told him it was time for us to leave Memphis, and I said, I'm not leaving Memphis, I'm gonna stay here. And he was like, well, you could stay with me, James Alexander. So I stayed with Jazzy and his dad.
Okay.
And matter of fact, I gave Jazzy Faye his name too.
Oh, really? Jazzy Faye?
Phelan, yeah. And I was like, I don't like to call him, Phelan. I'm gonna give you, And so we was like you Jazzy with you, and that was it, Jazzy Faye.
Wow.
So,
And he's produced some big records. Were you a part of any other big records that he put out?
I wasn't a part of them, but I kind of like played a role in putting them in positions because like the people Noontime, I met them through my partner who brought me to Atlanta in like 93. And he was helping me put out my album Ain't Nothing Shaking. And Jazzy Faye, during that time, Jazzy Faye was caught up with the R&B. He was trying to sing. His dad was managing him, so he was going through some things. But Jazzy Faye really not a producer. He just know how to work the equipment. But when he make it that beat, he get the certain people around to make that beat come together. When he starts singing, then you can't deny the record. You know what I'm saying? So,
he's pretty good at arranging the record.
Exactly. He gonna write the hook. He gonna give you a
absolutely.
hook. And then that's what gonna start it. But he can produce. But that to me, I grew up with him, so I kind of like don't take nothing from him. I know where his
you were strength set, right. So you're not saying he's not a producer. You're saying he's a better arranger and writer than he is a producer, right? I got
like
you.
a lot of records in Memphis, Jazzy Faye on the hook, he didn't do the beats, and so it's like he did that. He made records once he sung on them hooks. So in Atlanta, he did a lot of big records. See, he want to be a producer and sit in the studio. Me. That ain't what I like to do, even though I'm a producer. I like to produce records and get out and market and promote them and make it happen and see that artist go get that deal and see people interested in. That's really the field I play.
So so what's next for you? I mean, what are you doing now?
Right now, I had a company, me, Quan the Bomb, DJ Wiz. We finna reach out to a lot of artists, and I'm finna produce just one songs on them, and we're gonna do some DVD compilation, let them, give some market promotion to a group of artists instead of one artist, and we going from Buffalo to Syracuse. We trying to call it like Three Kings, and just do something independent, cause it really as an artist you just need one song, and everybody, I'm working on my EP, I'm working on my album. I ain't never heard of you, you don't care how hot you is. You could win me with this song, turn around and lose me with another song, and you ain't even got on yet. So that's what my next move is, to present the artist in the business, really bring a whole new way of doing business, get paid, how to make money off of your talent, and forget the royalties, forget the screaming. Know your worth before you even talk about what you're trying to get, because a lot of these artists, they throwing so much music up on YouTube and all these uploads and selling them for 99 cents. But where they get the beat from? They ain't paying them. None of the scripts right with how it goes. So I know that music part of the industry is really not real. At any given moment, they could just say unsolicited music, and it will kill everything that everybody had. So I'm setting up a whole new company that all you gotta do is submit one song, and it's really like a music union. And you be a part of the music union. You get videos did, anything that you need did. It's people who are part of it.
Everybody in the house. All right. So when you looking to start that? Is that something that's already taking place now?
In November the 18th, that's the first takeoff. So it's the first 100,000. It's limited, and it's just $40 a month. With that $40, the benefits is like crazy. So if you got issues with child support, we pay all that off, especially if you're a dope producer, you're a great engineer. If you work a job and you're a great engineer, you ain't got to work no job. You got $3-4 million every month. It's not more in the budget. All you need is 1,000 here, 1,000 there, and you put in work. So if you're a studio owner, then you service, and if you're an artist that needs service, then you have access to all this, even getting cars.
I got you.
Everything that we use as what we need to move through life.
Right.
So,
to move around, so they'd be part of a network. So okay, all right. So how do they get involved? How do they get a hold of you?
In a minute, we gonna start promoting it and putting it out there, like word of mouth, like through you all. We gonna get with y'all, and
okay.
you know, and y'all might
we always
bring in y'all might bring in 20,000 to us. You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So we looking at like we could get 100,000 right here in Rochester if they certain people who knew exactly what they was gonna be a part of.
Right.
But I want to get 100,000 in every city.
Right, and this is gonna be, is it all genres of music or is it just hip hop?
You could just play a bass guitar and be a part of this, cause somebody like me, I could come along and get a bass player, a guitar, and a drummer and make a track.
Okay.
And tell them to make a track. I give them the money. Y'all put a track together.
Correct.
So that's what that money is there for.
Right.
So everybody eat, no matter what your talent is.
Oh, okay. I got you. Like a co-op sort of situation.
Exactly. You know.
I got you.
Like y'all have the video at y'all company. I know y'all can say, man, that's what that company does for.
Right.
You can sit there and say, yo, go get the building. We need 7,500. The money there. See, we want people to know that your money it work better in group.
Absolutely.
Independent.
Absolutely. That's how we're able to do what we want because we only ask because we know a lot of people ain't got a lot of money. But again, it takes a little bit of money to make it happen from a lot of people, and things can get happen in a major way.
Right, and there's a lot of people that if they had the resources, then they would be able to, help out the next person. They ain't gotta be selfish with, my company. Everybody who do have a talent had their own company, so it's hard for you to network with them because they trying to get their company off the ground.
Okay.
And so it's called the United Entertainment Music Union.
Okay.
And that's what's gonna be the next brand. And I'm just trying for us like distribution. The distribution that we gonna do gonna be different.
Okay.
And it's gonna be what makes you money and really just you don't have to work hard. You just got to be a part
of it.
It's like paying your insurance. You pay $130, you can ride the rest of the month.
Right.
And so when you pay this, it's like all kind of stuff can happen, and we gonna know who's serious because people gonna be making their move.
That's right.
Some people just need a car to be able to go to do the things they need. So we gonna have a
car service.
The car service, we taking like $500,000 and buying a fleet of cars, so everybody, you ain't gotta go through no bank or nothing to get no car. It's right here for you. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, what's gonna happen is they'll be able to come to the site UpstateAllstarz.com to get more information on that when y'all ready. You know what I'm saying? We'll definitely put that out there. They'll be able to come to the site and get whatever information they need to move forward. All right. I mean, any as far as beat wise, are you doing beats for artists? How can they get a hold with you? Hold of you for beats?
You can I charge for people who's serious and we go to other levels with it for those who really understand paying for production. But a lot of artists that don't understand paying the strength for the production.
Yeah, you know what kills me about that? How people don't understand as far as paying, as far as for production and marketing and all that is that, you know what I mean? They show up with the weed that they bought. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They show up with all they done spent $20, $40 on a session, bought bottles, all that for everything, but they ain't taking care of the production. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So truthfully, you know what I mean? A lot of artists need to really put in perspective what it is that they're doing and use their money correctly. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to bring that to the set, make sure that the producer and everything else is taken care of the same way. If you can do it for that, you can do it for this, for your business. So, I mean, if you ain't coming that way, then I think you got your priorities. Right. But go ahead.
So, that's a perfect example of what you said. So, I've been dealing with artists. Sometimes it ain't their job to be the executive producer. It ain't their job to act like a label. It ain't their job to know what the publishing is on that beat they just got or whatever. But to me, if you talk about making money, then it's the business. So I'm kind of like, I got a form that the artists get, and it asks them who did the beat, and you might put on their YouTube or wherever you got it from. So with the union, we have original music. Right. And so it's like you don't have to get it from no hot producer. You just get some good music from a good producer.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it's about.
So just say like every time we get a song, we making 10-song compilations, and we letting like even models, females that look good, we could take 10 of them, and each one of them could take a turn to come out on stage and announce the next artist that come out.
Right.
Just give somebody like how y'all know how to film, and
Right.
we give people the budgets to film. That's what we want the artist to do. You just go up there and rock your one song. Female, you go up there. Everybody have a job, and everybody gonna make money. Everybody gonna be a part of something. I'm talking about you don't have to wait till nighttime to be a part of something. In the union, it's 24/7.
So yeah, it
is
business.
It could be your birthday,
yeah.
and you go pick the spot. If it hold 500 people, it's gonna be crowded.
Right,
Because
absolutely.
your people in the union. So we gon' that's what it's for. It's free, and so when you show up to events, you get paid and get benefits just for showing up.
That's right. That's right.
So really, it's something that's new. So that's my new move right now. I can't really see nothing else because everything else is what anybody can do.
And you saying it's coming in November, right?
November the 18th.
All right.
That's the start. You know what I'm saying?
Any social media, anything? Where can people find you at?
It's right now. You could we ain't started promoting. But I'm gonna say probably about 2 weeks, we're gonna start definitely promoting it.
Okay.
But you could reach us at United Entertainment Music Union at gmail.com.
Okay.
And send us music, send us independent labels if you need distribution, whatever that you're trying to do, anything that you're trying to do to get on.
Hit y'all up. And again, we're gonna have a link on our website too.
Exactly.
So if y'all wanna. You definitely get a hold of SMK and the things that he's doing. Again, we're gonna be a part of that, and it'll be on the website. Any shout outs or anything you want to give anybody?
Shout out to the whole United States, cause really it's like I'm finna come bless a lot of artists from the East Coast, West Coast, Mid South, all the way back down south to the East Coast again, and basically just all the independent artists that y'all get a chance to see this. You'll never see a movement, nothing like this. And if you check the history of Memphis in 90 up to 96, you will see that it was a movement that's similar to what I'm getting ready to kick off, and it's gonna be real big. So I hope everybody just participating and keep tuned into Upstate, and that's it. 901-801-1751. Hit me up.
All right.
Beats on deck.
All right, SMK, thanks for chilling out with us, man. Peace out.